Everyone, welcome back to another video. I'm wearing my little funky hat today. I don't know how to feel about it. If you don't know who I am, my name is Paloma. My artist name is Paloma the Peach, and I make art stuff on the internet. And for today, I'm showing you guys a little bit of like my reset routine, I guess, for the new year. Every year I like to reset a little bit of like the aesthetics of all of my social media stuff, and I also like to reflect on the year and see what worked and what didn't work for me and kind of go from there. I hope y'all enjoy this reset vlog. So now that I've finished packing orders, as part of my reset, I want to clear stuff out and I want to clear out my shipping cart. I just have a lot of stuff that I never use or stuff that is not well organized. Let's throw some stuff out and reorganize. Don't use these Patreon stickers anymore. These are envelopes that got returned to me and nobody ever claimed, so. So the first step of making changes, for me at least, and I think for a lot of people, is making lists. Just writing stuff out is a lot better for me. That way I can like brain dump and also not forget things, because, you know, if I'm holding everything up here, I'm gonna forget the things that I need to do or want to do. I'm gonna write out all my lists of stuff that I want to change or stuff that I don't like when it comes to essentially every aspect of my job. So it is a new year and it is time to set up my hobonichi. If you don't know what a hobonichi is, it is a Japanese planner essentially, and they have a lot of different ones. I used to always get the cousin, which is like a lot bigger, but essentially it is a planner brand and they have a lot of different ones, but the most popular one is the daily planner. So there's a page for each day, and they're really popular with artists because their paper is extremely thin but also very durable. Like, you can paint on it and stuff. I forgot what exactly it's made out of or what kind of paper it's called, but yeah, Hobonichi is very famous for their paper. So they're very popular with artists, and I've been getting them for 3 years now, attempting to do like a draw every day sort of thing, and I never do it. And like I said, I usually get the Hobonichi Cousin, which is a larger size. I think this is considered an A4, maybe A5, but I decided that this year I was going to be realistic and I was going to set myself up for success and get the smaller original version. This is just the regular Teco, and this is an A6 size. I am investing a lot more time and care into it this year also, as you can see. So I got myself a little cover, and it has like all these little pockets in the front and the back, and it also has an extra pocket on the back cover. And then, you know, it has to hold your pens, it has little bookmarks to keep track of where you are. And then I also got a plastic cover to go on top of my cover so it doesn't get dirty, because I intend to take this everywhere with me. And I also intend to cover my red cover in stickers. So let's do that, because that's going to be really fun. I like this grandpa's outfit. So I'm leaving the back like this because in the back I'm gonna add like little random things that I get that inspire me. I'm gonna keep them back there. And now my hobonichi is prepped for the most part. I think I'm gonna put a sticker here actually, now that I think about it. I think I want to put a cat because I think this little sticker booklet is one of my favorites ever. I used up my Studio Meggie calendar and it is now December, so it's time to switch it out. And I forgot to purchase from the pre-order when she made the 2024 ones, so I didn't get one. So we picked up this Albrecht Dürer calendar.
We're back.
Okay. So I'm looking to manufacture my prints from now on. That's a big change that I want to make in the next year. And as you guys probably know, I have always printed my own prints at home. And I think I've just kind of grown out of that and moved past that. I think in the beginning it was nice, but now that I've been doing this for a few years, I just want a little bit of a cleaner look because my printer is not really like a fine art printer. So I just want everything to come printed and cut for me already, so I don't have to do that. And I am thinking of trying out Print Keg. This seemed to be the most viable option, at least for my needs, because other art print manufacturers seemed to really only print larger prints, which I do want to do, and I do like larger prints, but I do also really like selling smaller prints because they're more affordable and they're also just more, I think they're also just like easier to incorporate into a space just because they're so small. So yeah, I'm gonna be going with Print Keg. And I'm gonna go through my artwork and see what prints I wanna get just to start off and test these guys out. I only ever make like 20 prints maybe at a time, maybe 30, so I'll probably order that amount as well. Does this sound okay? Came with the wind cap, but the wind cap is so bulky that sometimes you can see it. Like, is this better? Is wind cap helping? Hi, Clammy. Okay, I think the mic is pretty good. I just took a listen and I heard it without the wind cat and with, and honestly it's kind of the same. You guys can let me know, but I don't think I can use this because this wind cat is absolutely huge, so if I wanted to add one I'd probably have to find like a skinnier one, because you can, like I showed you guys, you can literally see it in every shot no matter if I put it like on top or on the side. But I think it's good like this. This is like a little baby Rode mic. It's the video mic, I think. Yeah, video micro. And it's really cute. I just wanted to improve my GoPro audio as a part of my reset for the year, because I've kind of been avoiding using my GoPro because of the audio, because I've just been using the mic that is on the camera with like a little mic protector, and it just doesn't sound that great. But I think this sounds pretty good. You guys let me know. So as you guys saw, I did get a little add-on for my hobonichi. I got the weeks add-on, and as I had like all of my little booklets on my desk, I was seeing how I had my agenda, my hobonichi, my 2 sketchbooks, my iPad, and all of that, and I was like, you know what, if I can condense some of this together, then that would be really amazing. So I decided that for 2024, I wouldn't be using my agenda. I would get a hobonichi weeks add-on, and that's what I would use to write down my to-do and my schedule and all of that. So I have that in my hobonichi now, so everything is nice and condensed. And at the very end of this week's add-on, there's a couple pages of plain grid paper, and I thought that would be a really great space to write down my 2024 goals as far as my artwork goes. And on the page next to them, I also wrote how I could help achieve those goals, because I don't know about you guys, but for me, whenever I just write a list of goals, I feel like it kind of goes untouched, or I feel a lot of pressure to achieve those goals. And I think a way to alleviate that is kind of being a little bit more fair to myself and helping myself out and writing out just how I can achieve those goals. I don't know, this felt very intentional. It felt really helpful too. It felt like my goals might be a little bit more achievable. So just to touch on a few of them, my first one was to make more wobbly art, and I feel like I used to make more wobbly art a couple years back, and that's something that I really enjoyed. So my intention for this year is to try and relax a little bit more and make a little bit more funky artwork, you know, let a little bit more of my personality shine through in how I draw things. And as far as how to achieve it, I just put like learn from others and do loosening exercises. Another goal of mine is definitely to make a zine. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and I've never tried out. I know nothing about it, so it's kind of intimidating, but I'm thinking of possibly taking a class about it or finding an online course about it, because I intend to actually really make a zine this year and hopefully make a habit out of it. I also put sketchbook more. I think this is in my goals every year, but to help me out, I did get a little timer, like a physical timer instead of using my phone, and I think that will allow me to do a lot of different sketchbooking exercises. And also, if I'm like, okay, I don't have that much time today or something, I can at least dedicate 10 minutes to my sketchbook and just make a habit out of it, because I am a better artist when I am drawing more often. Like, I don't need to make artwork every day. I don't need to make a finished piece or even come up with ideas for it every day, but I do need to get
myself drawing, doodling, scribbling at least a few times a week, so I really want to keep that habit up. I also want to depend less on sponsors this year. I think towards the end of this year, I started to really go crazy with the sponsors, which I don't necessarily mind, but I just don't want to depend on them financially so much, and that's probably going to be my loftiest goal. But in order to do that, I am going to be focusing more on my online store this year. I feel like this past year I didn't do as many updates as I would like, and I also obviously have my pottery studio now, so I'm going to be making a lot more pottery, and as soon as I find my kind of flow on how long the kiln firings take, I am planning on doing pretty frequent drops on the online store of different ceramics and stuff. And to go along with that, I also want to do more pop-ups or markets. I just have a really fun time getting out of my house, getting out of my office, because as much as I love it here, I think sometimes it can also feel kind of stale at times. So having new environments to work in and actually meeting people and talking to them is a lot of fun. So I do really want to focus on markets a lot more this year. I want to hopefully do at least once a month. That's obviously only if I can find markets available in my area once a month that will also accept me. But yeah, that's another big goal of mine. And then the last three are more personal, but also pertain to my artwork, I think. And I feel like a lot of personal goals will pertain to artwork because art is very personal. But my first one is to be more authentic to myself. I have a really hard time coming out of my shell and opening up. And honestly, I feel like that's because my whole life I've sort of felt like it's not safe to be authentic to myself and just naturally be myself. I don't know why. I'm sure it's a lot of factors, but for some reason, I just have this feeling of fear when it comes to being myself and opening up. And I think it definitely shows, especially here on YouTube. But I do want to be just a little bit more authentic and let myself come out of my shell a little bit more. Next is to follow my instincts. I think a lot of us tend to struggle with creating artwork that is completely new to anything that we've ever seen, and I think that's a very natural response. That's something that I read in The Artist's Way as well, where it's very difficult for our brain to feel safe making artwork that is not like anything we've ever seen before. And I want to make myself kind of follow my instincts and allow myself to make stuff that I'm not sure if people will like, because it is completely new and different, and that's okay. And lastly is to slow down and be more intentional. This is also a goal that is with me every year, every new year. I think about this, and I think this past year I finally got it right. I am starting to slow down and be more intentional. I started to realize that work is not everything, that work is constantly changing and fluctuating, and in reality, life is a lot more than just work. So I just have a really big intention on slowing down and really living through my experiences, because I tend to be very go, 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 and that leads to a lot of mistakes. It leads to me missing out on things. Honestly, for me, it also leads to memory loss. I can't remember a lot of things because I'm just constantly go, go, go and thinking about the next thing. So I really want to slow down, be more intentional, put myself first, my health, and all of that. So yeah, those are my goals. I'm sure I will be adding more. These are just the ones that I could come up with in this sitting. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little reset with me. I hope you all enjoyed all the little videos that I made for you this year, and I appreciate your support so much, and I will see you next year. So before closing out today's video, I wanted to thank the sponsor, which is Squarespace. If you don't know what Squarespace is, it's an all-in-one platform where you can create your very own website, and I have always used Squarespace to run my website and my online art business, and they have some really easy to use stuff that
kind of helps me out with that. The commerce tool is super helpful if you want to run an online business. It keeps track of your inventory and your customer data. The design interface is very beginner friendly but also very customizable, which is super important to me. I like all my colors to coordinate and match. So if you are interested in Squarespace, go to squarespace.com for a free trial and use my code for 10% off your first purchase.